Well, all right, people, let's do this. So, okay, I was watching pre-session, expecting some movement at 8:30 right here, but we didn't get anything. And I was like, all right, cool. So I dumped that idea, but I knew it was going lower. I did not short. No, I did think of shorting here as well, but it just felt not so nice to short here. Like it's too clean. I wanted some sell side, some buy side taken out before I go short, and nothing was like that. So just dropped the idea of shorting it altogether. Eventually, we made it to the low. Now, my approach further on for this session, I mean, this week has been so shitty. Can you see that? That is the fucking problem with this. Anyway, what is it is what it is. Cannot change that. Now, my best bet would be we move higher from here. Nah, that's very unlikely. I think we would be dipping lower into this gap and maybe even into that low. That is what looks most plausible. As for ES also looks pretty much the same. Should aim for that low right there. There's that gap. This is on the 15-minute time frame. Right. So my assumption is that we should try to retrace a little and then uh, move back into the hourly gap as expected. As per RTH, we closed over here somewhere. Where did we close? Yeah, we closed right there. 25 6 30 625, something like that. And we are close to open, and we are like 150 to 170 handles below it. So that's a good sign. It should want to retrace a little bit into this top. Maybe this is my most likely assumption. Once this top is taken, how it is taken, again, a lot of factors, right? But how it is taken and when it is taken, I'll see into that. And most likely we would be bearish overall if 930 does not directly move into the gap, right? So, okay, I was again on the wrong screen. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I'm expecting this stop run. That's what I'm saying. But at 930 open, this is my most likely approach. Sorry about that. And then we dip further into this gap. That is what I'm thinking. But honestly, the way it looks, I think 930 would directly drop into the gap itself. And then we'll have to see what happens next. So I did not do anything in London today because, well, it was CPI. I did not want to fuck around with it. Let's see if the market is able to push higher or push lower. I'm watching to see if this gap pushes price lower. That's what I'm thinking. But it looks pretty energetic. So let's see. People, we are heading into the 9:30 open. I'm watching ES and I like the way it is taking support on there on that all low. Right. And I still think even though it looks like it might want to go higher, I think the first thing should be a drop. That is what I'm thinking right now. Let's see what happens in another 7-8 seconds. Okay. I do believe that is very dull. Okay. Okay, so we have that low taken. In my opinion, my interest is half complete. And if we look at ES, if we are able to hold where we are holding currently and push higher, I think that's where ES is heading. 6876. Uh, yeah, but of course we have to see that it holds, right? That's something. As of NQ, nothing much. It's a very dull start for the session. This week has been pretty much consolidating thanks to whatever's going on all around the world. Obviously, especially in US. I'm watching ES if ES will shift structure or not. It's moving already. That high yet to be taken. I know I've not drawn any gaps today because honestly I'm not liking any particular gap. I was liking that, but it never came back. I was seeing it pre-session itself. I thought the news data would push it higher into the gap and then we can sell off. But that did not happen and we reached the sell side first. By the way, I do think I was seeing this and I still think that is possible. What that is possible for today. It might want to make it into it. Like I said, it's my approach is bearish. I'm just looking for some sort of a retracement so I can, comfortably join the move. That's what my thought process is. We tried shorting yesterday, it didn't move. We were able to get out somewhere here, I guess. In this shot, right from here till there. Now that we've come so far in ES, I mean so much lower and closer to the sell side, I think that should be the first draw now. This is where I'm expecting price to reach. Clearly it's rushing towards it. If you look at this, I think it's very, very bearish. It should come right there. ES looks very bearish to me overall. We had a consolidation, we had a breakdown, we have a gap, we have a draw. But my only concern is we are right in this gap. And we have not really taken any sell side, buy side. And that is where I'm struggling with placing any entry short. That doesn't mean I'm going long. I won't be doing that either. I think my voice was slightly afar. It's okay. I think now it should be better. Anyway, so ES has taken the sell side. We had marked for it. Excuse me. That is so quick. I don't know why my particular trading view is so slow. Could be the system, could be actually trading views glitch, I don't know. But it tends to get slow from time to time. I don't know. The way I'm seeing it, it looks like ES is going to fall off the face of Earth. Like seriously, that's what it looks like right now to me. And of course, I could be outright wrong, but it really looks very bearish to me. The way it has moved, the way sell side, buy side was taken right here. The way we are moving, the way we have shifted the structure, right? That's a structure shift on a higher time frame. I think we would be dripping lower in ES eventually. Looking for those lows, maybe even those 6,500 somewhere. This week is I think we there is no point of talking in this session. Yes, sometimes it feels pointless to be here on days like this, of course, where you know it's when you know where it's going, but you just cannot join it. Yes, like I said, yes is looking extremely bearish. Nothing that looks interesting to me. I'm waiting for my edge to present. It should be taking that low soon. That low is the daily candles low, by the way. Look at on a daily chart right there. In fact, it is this week's low, right? So far. Tomorrow, I don't know if this session, like after this 5 p.m. session, would be any interesting. But I guess tomorrow we can see something nice and heavy on the bearish side if we close something like this, if we don't reject. And we take that low, of course. Then we should be seeing something heavily bearish tomorrow. Mm, let's see what the 950 macro does, if anything at all. And I'm not bullish on this. It's not that if it goes higher, I'm looking to buy. That is the gap I'm still eyeing. Maybe if it taps into it, presents a setup, I'll be looking for short towards this low back into it. That's my best shot that I can think of. Now see, I don't trade like that anymore. I used to do that. I'll place a limit order right here and then place a stop here maybe and then wait for the market to reach and take my entry and sell off. I don't trade like that anymore. I build a narrative. I wait for the market to show that it really wants to do that. Once it does, that's when I enter. Okay. Can we get what we are looking for? Uh, Even though that's taken by a tick or so, or maybe a handle, but I don't think that's. I will consider that relative equalize. Let's see if we can bang through it into that gap. So I was not marking it because I thought it would be too much on the chart, but that's okay. I'm expecting this to act as a sell-off gap. There's also kind of the first presented fair value gap, right? I don't trade gaps like that, like timing them and everything. Like choosing a particular gap because it's presented first. It's just a personal thing because I know how to choose gaps, so I don't really focus on that. I choose what I see. Now see, that is a stop run, clearly. But it would be wonderful if we can tap that gap and then reject and maybe shift structure and leave a gap. I know that's too much, but that's what I'm looking for. If we get it, I'm in. If we don't get it, then, well, I don't do anything. Because honestly speaking, the way it has consolidated so long, like for this whole week almost, I actually think I'm again, I'm not hell bent on getting that very thing, but I do think this might be a very good shot for a nice run lower, a decent one into there, and maybe even further into this area. Like, see, there must be a gap here on 15 minute, 5 minutes, something, maybe even 10 minutes. See, no, not in 10 minutes. I don't like the gap in 15 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes is decent. Okay, I need to hurry. Okay, okay, okay. I'm here. Okay, let's see if it can give us what we are looking for. I'm also watching ES. ES has hit the Model 3 in 5 minutes. Not really Model 3, honestly. That's not my Model 3. This is my Model 3 right there. See, that's interesting. I did not see it. Was it there in NQ as well? Did I fail to see it? Well, yes, pretty much. It came decently inside. That was fuck. Okay. I was watching at 8:30, but I didn't expect to go to a 5 minute chart. That was wrong on my part. Now I can see. Oh, anyway, what's gone is gone. Focusing still on if we can get a shift in structure. Just give me a moment. I'm watching it and I'll just start speaking again. Now I'm just looking if we can open a gap or not. That is my only concern right now. I'd prefer if this low gets taken before I place my entries. That's a personal preference, nothing else. And yes, that stands taken. Okay, now comes the real game. Can it tap back into that gap? Honestly, I feel that's very unlikely. Okay, I have not sold in TradingView yet. I don't care actually. It can be a different position. I just want to mark that out that I've sold here. That's my stop. Oh, okay. Mm, well, I could not sell in my other account as well. Had some issues. Okay, okay. Let's see if we get another chance to maybe add. I would be looking forward to it. Okay, so I was able to add in my second account as well. Let's see what happens now. I'm watching if price can push lower from here. That is the idea that I have right now. That is what we are trading, right? Okay, ES doesn't look good, really. That's a very okay. I don't like what I see in ES, but I'm still comfortable with what I'm seeing in NQ. The only point is that should be able to reject or it's going for a stop, otherwise nothing else in between. Okay, I think that's over. Let me see if I'm able to close something before it damages me. I'm just waiting for this candle to see if it can reject lower or will it hold. I want to see the bodies below the consequent encroachment of the gap, and doesn't look like that would be what I would be getting. But let's see, 20 seconds still. I think I entered a really wrong position. I mean, okay, and that's very off. It's gone straight to SL right after entry. Just one candle in my favor. All right, what's done is done. Right. Okay. I guess my draw would now be off. Would it be? Not very happy about it. It's already been a gloomy week, honestly. And this right here, well, there's nothing I can really do about it, I know. The way it has moved, I think it's not going lower anymore, but I don't have a clear draw on the upside. My bias was bearish, and so is my draw still. So let's see what it does. If we see something obvious, we'll go for it. I think it's still a sell. I'm not confused about it, but uh, since it has already stopped me out, I need to be very careful from this kind of movement. That is some bullshit. Like, really. I am not happy about that. Absolutely not happy about that. No. Of course, it's not in my control, though. Pretty obvious. But that is upsetting. Well, people, I'm kind of upset and I'm going to blow off some steam now. And I'm going to leave the session be. It's like, this has been a very shitty week, price action wise. Just, I'm somewhat happy that I've survived through this. And it's just one more day tomorrow. But god damn it, this is a shitty market. See you tomorrow.